Hey guys, this is WRockRMSK here, back with another video, and today is my experience meeting Chris Jericho and Christian. I did this yesterday at around 11 a.m., 11 to 2. They had the live Jericho podcast down in Caroline's in Manhattan, New York. First time going to New York for myself, honestly. I live in New York, but I've never been down to the city before, so it was an experience for me all by itself. I didn't get a lot of video footage of the city or on the way down, but I did record like a 5-minute video clip of the podcast itself. I don't know if that's going to be copyrighted or not, so I think I'm just going to put it up, but without the copyright thing with it, so that hopefully they won't be able to take it down as of that. But yeah, overall it was an amazing show. We got there, Chris Jericho. There was another thing you can pay for if you want to have breakfast with them. They wanted like $300 for that, and I was like, yeah, no. So when I got there, Jericho was already out and about, sat at a table close to the very front of where they were doing the podcast. Got to talk to him about a couple things. I mentioned that I met him with Fozzy before. I thought that was really cool that I actually saw his band live. And my boyfriend really wanted to get something signed by Chris Jericho that said, "You stupid idiot," on it. So I don't have that figure with me because he kept it. But he got a figure signed by Chris Jericho. He was actually with me too as well to meet Chris Jericho and Christian. And the podcast itself was really hilarious. Christian just kept going on about all these jokes. And at the very beginning, he tried to think of a story about Montreal and he couldn't think of it. So throughout the whole entire interview, he kept randomly thinking, I gotta think about that story about Montreal. And he would just bring it up out of nowhere, and it was hilarious. And they talked about one of the photos actually got signed, which is what I recorded because I thought it was awesome. It pretty much was about him and Christian as a tag team. And I got a photo signed, which I will show you so you'll know what I'm talking about with the story. It was when they had to lose their towels, or when they pretty much went butt naked on stage. It was during a Raw episode. They were up against the Dudley Boys at that point. And this is the photo. Most of you guys should know this moment. This is where Bubba Ray said Spike get the towels, and they took the towels out and everything, and it was just one of those hilarious moments that you kind of don't forget. And if you haven't seen it, I suggest just literally going on YouTube, typing in Chris Jericho and Christian Spike get the towels. The video will pop up, and it's worth like the 3 minutes of watching. So after the podcast, Christian didn't actually get a chance to come around to my table beforehand. So afterwards, I got to go meet him. I got 3 things signed by him. I have all his signatures. First is my Elite one. Christian didn't personalize anything, which I thought was kind of weird because Chris Jericho was like open to doing that. He was very cool, down to earth. I asked him 2 questions. I asked, do you think TNA could ever beat out WWE in a war? And he quickly said no and started laughing. And he said, TNA is pretty much for fans who don't want to watch WWE or just want an alternative, and that TNA will never be able to compete on WWE's level. And I kind of knew that, but I honestly thought since he was there during the prime of TNA that maybe he thought differently. Now I got that group photo that I showed you, and I got this DVD signed right there. Pretty hard to see. I don't know why he chose black on this, but yeah. So the things I got from Jericho, obviously I got a figure that I showed earlier, and I got a book. This one, his latest one. I am going to order the other 2, but it's personalized to Mariah, Y2J, and he wrote Fozzy because I talked to him about Fozzy. Afterwards, I got to talk to Chris Jericho again because I already took a photo with him, so that photo time was another just kind of talk to. I mentioned to him about the cruise ship thing he has going on, and he said that if I get an email to finish it out, fill out another thing for him, and that he's really hoping it's going to happen, and he thanked me for doing that and following him and everything. Jericho's just, if you ever meet him, he is one of the most down-to-earth, coolest guys you ever meet. He'll sign anything any way you want it, and he's very just personable. Christian was a little shy on the other hand. He was very nice, and he was very willing to talk to you about things, but he wasn't like, hey, I want to get to know you, like kind of Jericho gives you that kind of feel. This is my photo of Chris Jericho, and I just gotta get my photo of Christian coming up. So I got my photo of Christian too. I know it's kind of hard to see with the lighting. There we go. And I also got to meet one more person. Noelle Foley actually showed up for like no reason. She was just like backstage, and they brought her out. And I got to meet her when I was asking Christian a question. None of the photos with her really came out any good, as you can tell. But me and Noelle Foley. So yeah, overall, it was an amazing podcast, incredible experience. If they're gonna do anything like that, look for it because it's definitely worth money. I paid $150, worth every penny of it. So if they come around and do a podcast, it's through lifestyle events. Keep up with them. They said they're doing something for WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Royal Rumble. Not SummerSlam, Survivor Series. So make sure you do those kind of things. So yeah, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.